On. Thank you very much for coming. We love you so much. It's time for shape. So let's do this. This week we are discussing something called innovation. Innovation. You must have something that goes into your mind or something that you'd like to introduce. We would like to hear about that today. And last week we were talking about the why. Why are we getting into business? Why are we waking up in the morning? And other people that are right here that are doing their degrees and stuff like that, but sometimes they forget in between that why they started the course in the first place. So the idea was to remind you good people that whenever you get distracted, just ask yourself that why in the first place did I start the so-called school? So without wasting any time, let's start this project on a high note. I don't know, I want us to pretend as if we are in an Oprah show. Who knows, we may be, some other people out there in the States, UK, they would like to watch us. So, Thea, could you please, Jay, I don't know whether you go out or what, as you come in, we're all gonna stand up and, and we're gonna clap hands, Remember, it's a Women's Month, therefore we need to welcome her with a big round of applause. Right. Are you ready to go then?
Let me just check. Is the Master of Ceremony asking me to leave the venue after I've fed all of you and gave you snacks?
Just.
Excuse me?
Yeah. This is the kind of the innovation. When you come in, we stand up and then we welcome you. Everyone would be like touching you and stuff like that. Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me an honor to introduce the lady called Thea. She's not just an ordinary woman, but she's something else. And then when she comes in, if you could please stand up and give her a big round of applause. If you want to touch her, have fun. I'm giving you the green light. Thea, Dr. Thea, could you please come in, please? Please stand up and give her a big round of applause. Woo! Make some noise! What? Is it really happening? Oh man! Right. If you want a hug, it's okay. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Dr. Thea is coming all the way from Chicago. And she flew and she's with us now. Thank you very much for coming and for honoring us. We love you so much. Welcome to Africa. Alright, without wasting any time, can I ask all the ladies please to stand up please? Just Jane. Alright. To all the gentlemen, please, give them a big round of applause. Look at them, look at how beautiful they are. In a form of like welcoming the Women's Month. Even if you feel like, yeah. Ladies, happy Women's Month. This is the beginning. We are not only respecting you during the course of this month, going forward 12 months, that is 360 days of the year. We love you so much. You can take your seats, please. Gentlemen, next time, not now. They've just taken all the shine, so please, next time, gentlemen. Right, I don't know where to start. Innovation, okay, this is where we start. We've got beautiful t-shirts. But not like the ones for the politicians, but this one is for the shade. You don't use this when you sleep, you just wear outside there when you go to the beach, right? And last time we said we would like to get more comments from you through the Shape program. Therefore, we are going to check who made the most profound comment, And then after, we will select, and whoever that wins will take this t-shirt with him or her. You understand? We made a humble request last time that please comment, post and stuff like, because we need more of the traffic. We love you so much. Right, but before we can get there, right, I've got 3 ladies that I would like to give them some sort of like a platform. The one that spoke about Woolworths and the brand last time. Do you remember that lady? Ma'am, could you please come right in the front, please? And when you come down, we are definitely going to give you a big round of applause. Please come. Wow. Look at her. The first winner for the day goes out to... Right, and we've got another lady. There is another lady, I think she was sitting right there. She said something about being bold but shy at the same time. Who is that lady? She's not here. Okay, fine. My lady, I don't know, I just feel like giving you something. Could you come to Baba, please? There's something that is kind of like attracting me to you. Some komondela. All right. For the interest of this particular brand, I don't know, we would like you good people to introduce yourself. Like, hi, my name is, I am doing this particular course, and this is what I'm about to offer the world. I'm ready, willing, and able to do A, B, and C. Those clips we are taking into the world. Maybe the employers or whoever that is going to be interested in your 30 seconds, we are taking it to the world. Would you please come here, please? Right. Remember, it's the Women's Month. Just tell us about yourself, your name, where you're from, whatever course that you are doing, and what is so special about you. Because we want the world to know about you. All right. My friend, Mr. Kruger, are you ready? We are profiling this lady right now. So just act as if this is the last opportunity in the world, right? Okay, we give you power. Over to you.
Loud, okay. Hi guys. Louder. Okay, my name is Langa Ngwenya. I'm a postgraduate student at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Basically interested in entrepreneurship. Funny enough, I was having a chat today with my classmate Angel. She sits next to me, and I was just talking about something that I really am passionate about, which, although maybe oversaturated, which is women's clothing, particularly women's clothing for big size women like myself. And she was actually encouraging me that maybe I should just leap into it and not stick to clothing stores like retail stores. Maybe make something by myself for other big sized women like me.
Hi everyone, I'm Tiffany Naidu. I'm currently studying BCom General. My majors are supply chain and marketing. But I've actually previously studied architecture, so I'd like to go into the world and start my own architectural firm and help innovate new buildings and concepts for the world.
Thank you very much. You deserve this. We love you so much. Good people, let's support these beautiful ladies. Whatever that you want to do, tell us. Let's make this circle bigger. We love you so much. We wish you nothing less than what you wish for. All right, let's get down to business, good people. My name is Osimo Aranzama. If there's anyone who's like joining us today, you are more than welcome. Something tells me that, Buti, this is the first time for you to be here. Are you good, Kazlam? Lalela, Siaktandwa, Gizaspal. Let me get back to my vernacular language, right? We love you so much, Siaktanda Budwami, Usenda Wene right. Uyabona ubuhle bendalo. Yeah. Network is the name of the game. Thank you. All right, let me not waste time. Let me hand over the mic to Dr. Thea. Obviously, she will take us through this particular topic called innovation. And then after, we do have Mr. Botha. He's back. I don't know how, but this guy said, guys, I'm coming back to Durban. Maybe he saw somebody here, I don't know. But he's back. Mr. Botha, could you please stand up? They want to see you. The muscular guy. All right, Dr. Thea, over to you, ma'am.
Oh, Simo, what a vibe, what a person. Thank you so much for this amazing welcome. I actually just want to finish the prize giving. Let's see, who's Natty? Is Natty here? Can you stand up, please? Akshay, are you here? Stand up, please. Judith, stand up. Kavish, Prashanti, Baneli, all come to the front, please. Avai, Judith, Ashkay, Kamasti, Magni, Nolutandu, and Tabani. Okay, but I need to move around. All right, guys, thank you so much for participating in the competition. We need to work here on a thing of elimination. So I want to give away one T-shirt. Can you guys stand at our banner? So the way how we're going to do this is we're going to play a quick game. And this game, to me, is the easiest as a teacher to give marks. So if you guys are going to stand there, this game we always use when marking your assignment. It's when it's late at night, you've got 300 exams to go through, and you decide who's going to give the best marks in class. You play a game of Chi Chong Cha. That is not how we mark your exams. Do you guys know how to play this? Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay? So, we go Chi Chong Chang. Do you guys know this game? Okay, they don't know the game. So, next one is the person that gets the loudest cheer from the audience. So, can you please just say your name?
Prashanti Maharaj.
Kazari Parado! Kavish Singh.
Akshay Naidu.
Akshay Bojra.
Judith Konkwa.
Benat Mabozo.
DJ Sony.
Am I going to play in the vibe of Women's Month and all the ladies I think got the loudest cheer. So if the ladies can stay behind, all of you can get a t-shirt. Thank you. Ladies, you can get your t-shirts.
Dr. Thea, I'm just thinking that we can give one gentleman that will tell other gentlemen about the shape. You know, now I'm becoming more sensitive after this.
We need gentlemen to build up credibility here. So let's see what's happening throughout the session. But while I've got the mic, so I had a phone call during the week from a person that's attending SHAPE, and he said to me, "Yo, Doc T, when are we getting to the finances? That is why I'm here at SHAPE. I want to learn about my financial planning and my budgets." And I needed to explain to him, "Sir, what we're trying to achieve through this program is take ourselves through a journey. We are all at different spaces in our heart, in our heads, and our business of development. Some of you have been practitioners for over 10 years. Some of you got a dream of starting a business. The whole idea of this program is to start with first looking at systems around the world. What's happening out there and what's happening in our heart. We need to know what's happening in other spaces and other places before we can move our business forward. So for those of you who are wondering, when are we getting to the business plan? When are we going to write our marketing plan? When are we going to succeed in theory? Where are the slides? We'll get there. We'll get there. But there's other things that we are hoping to teach you, to show you, to feed you, and to nourish you with. So you can have that and make it your own again. So therefore, the theme of today is not writing a business plan. It's not putting up a marketing strategy. It's checking what's happening around the world, the bigger picture in terms of innovation. The world is a very big place. South Africa alone got 52 million people. Last year, July, I spent in Beijing, one city with 52 million people. The same amount of population in South Africa. We as young people will need to compete with them in business. How can we write our financial plan if we do not know what's out there? Therefore, I got Mr. Dean Botha back here, and he's so enthusiastic, knowledgeable and well prepared to take you on a journey today to see what's out there, what's different, what's new, what can we discover, and how can we take our mind on a flight that's cheaper than BAA. Please give a round of applause to Mr. Dean Botha. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, Tia. And, well, good morning, everyone. Oh, sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. Must excuse me. I'm from Cape Town, so I can kind of get away with those kind of things. Thank you all very much for coming this afternoon. Thanks for the wonderful introductions. Please give it up to my man, Seymour Possibilities. What a fantastic guy. What a fantastic guy. And of course, we'll get into celebrating Women's Day and Women's Month a little bit later on. And of course, Dr. Tia van der West stays in for, well, just putting us all together here. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of things today. I've been given the topic of the bigger picture, the life of innovation. I myself am an entrepreneur and a number of other things. I feel that I've got a lesson to tell because I've failed at just about everything, quite literally. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of a journey. I'm going to expose you to some of the things that are happening in the world. Myself, I own a company called Pride Factor, and what we do is we run large-scale motivational workshops, inspirational content, all guided towards entrepreneurship, but mainly aimed at teenagers and young adults looking for direction after school. So I'm just going to play you a short video as to what it is that we do. I think it will give you a little bit of insight, and then we'll start off from there.
Why should you be a part of a group when you are going to stand out?
Show us how we are going to achieve our goals.
Don't let negative things influence your life. Just be happy. Put yourself out there.
To make the world a better place, pretty much.
What is the point of living if you're going to be stuck in something that you don't want to do for your whole life?
emotionally I feel like uplifted, inspired.
The baby inspires you to do great things and to help other people as well to do better at what they want to do.
I truly believe that if you took every person in the world, every single person of every race, every gender, every age, and you took all those people and placed them in the depths of the ocean, you'd see how equal everybody is. And the only ones that are going to survive and the only ones that are going to thrive through those kind of situations are the ones who fight for it. And that's what Pride Factor is here to teach us about. To teach us about the amazing things that we're capable of through the stories of others.
Shows that teenagers nowadays are more creative than ever before. So Pride Factor is there to complement traditional education, but also to enhance and expand upon their passions in order to make it into a career.
I was quite taken aback with how enthusiastic these kids were. I mean, everyone chimed in, everyone asked questions, everyone was smiling, everyone had 100 notes written down in their book. And I think that they really are going to take a lot of things out of this weekend's experience. I think Pride Factor is a beautiful thing.
That's encouraging the youth to take what they love, their passions, to make it their career, because ideally that's what we want. We want happiness. And how do you get happiness? You do what you love. So waking up in the morning, 9 to 5, doing what you love, ideal.
I also learned what I am and what I can be as well. I learned that I should always dream big, work hard, and have fun as well.
Thank you. There we go. Thank you. So yeah, so that is the company that we run. We've been around for about 4 years now, and we have grown immensely. And I think that's mainly what I want to talk to you about today. In the world of innovation, everyone seems to go straight to the topic of tech and the fact that it is more than likely an invention. It is not necessarily that. Innovation usually means growth. It means change, it means adaptation, it means going through the realms and progressing as you go along, all right? And I mean, I'll take you through a little story as to some of the things that I've kind of gone through in my life, but innovation is a growing thing and is something that will constantly change, constantly adapt, and constantly evolve, much like fashion. I think that's what it is. It doesn't ever end, if that makes sense. Over my life, I feel I've been through a couple of things. So if I can take you on a little story, you can get yourselves kind of comfortable, and I'll just kind of walk you through some of the things that I've been going through in my life. I come from a not very wealthy family at all. I was born in Kommetjie in Cape Town, down in South Africa, Cape Town. Anyone know where Kommetjie is? Hands up. Yeah, all three of you. Exactly. It's that small, that town. It's nestled in the mountains, tiny little sleepy village revolving around surfing and fishing. That's about it. I don't have any brothers or sisters. I was brought up as an only child. My mum, my dad, fantastic. They always think you were spoiled, rotten as an only child. With love and affection, yes. With money, hell no. We had to move several times from bad business decisions that my parents made, and kind of a little bit of laziness in between, and the hunt for that ever opportunist idea that never really revealed itself until much later in life. So along that path, I started off very, very young, trying to get in that entrepreneurial nature. When I was 5 years old, I was awarded the Class Salesman of the Year, because my father used to run all these major surfing contests like the Gunston 500. I used to get all these stickers, I used to get all the surfboard wax, and I used to sell it to my classmates. They had no idea what it was, surfboard wax, and they used to make all kinds of funny shapes out of it, stick it all over the school, which didn't work out very well for me. But so I started telling things when I was 5. When I was 7 years old, my mother threw me on a stage and said, you should act or perform. So I started acting in some commercials, some TV commercials, a little bit of stuff in between here and there. When I was 7 years old, or 8 years old, one of my proudest moments was that I saved up enough money through my acting to buy my mother a dishwasher. Because I hated washing dishes. It was quite simple, and I found one for 400 Rand. Needless to say, when they found out that a 7-year-old had ordered it, they agreed to deliver it, and when it was delivered, it was actually an industrial restaurant washing machine, and it stood about yay high and could take about 450 plates. Needless to say, my mom stuck it in the corner of the kitchen, and we made it work until it eventually, I think it just exploded. When I was 12 years old, I did more and more acting. 13 years old, I became a garden boy. I had a little company called On The Verge, and I used to go around cutting everyone's weed. I was like the fastest guy with the weed eater in the West. I used to claim that one. And then we moved to Noordhoek. There's a small development there called Monkey Valley, and I made sure that I was the sole person allowed to wash cars and allowed to babysit in that area, creating myself a wonderful little monopoly, until I realized that I really wasn't very good at washing cars, and I hated babysitting. So that didn't work out for me either. 15 years old, I got into waitering. 16 years old, I got into barmaning. And at 17 years old, I saved up enough money to buy myself a one-way ticket to London. And I was out of here. I got away with murder getting into London, not literally, but when I was there, you used to have 15,000 Rand in your account to be accepted into the UK on an ancestral visa. I had 5,000 Rand. That was it. So I took my 5 grand and I bought 5,000 Rand worth of traveller's checks. I got a slip saying I had 5 grand worth of traveller's checks, and then I withdrew the money. I took that 5 grand, I put it in the bank. I got a statement saying I had 5 grand in the bank, and then I withdrew that money. And then I took the cash. So I rocked up at the visa office saying 5 grand in the bank, 5 grand in traveller's checks, and 5 grand cash. And they were like, welcome. Thank you. So it worked out quite well for me until I realized that I was at Heathrow Airport, and I kind of walked out and just went, I'll go this way. And that's kind of a trait of entrepreneurs, as I'm sure you'll find. A lot of us are destined to fly from one point to another, but we start flying and we build the plane as we go along. We make a plan. You've just got to take a step at a time. I'm going to run through the rest of it rather briefly, even though it has taken about 20 years. I have done numerous things while I was in England. I started a TV show called Get Lost that I thought was very cool and funky. Kind of like, what's it called? Get Lost. You know, that's kind of cheeky. I was the youngest qualified real estate agent in South Africa when I was 18. I was a qualified bouncer when I was 19. Yeah. Hey, you can't come in here. I'm coming in. Okay. Let me buy you a drink. Yeah, that didn't go well. I actually just wrote it down now, quite impressed. I've done acting, modeling, MCing, TV presenter, business owner, qualified bouncer. I was a professional surfer for 3 years. Yeah, picture that as well. Lifeguard, surf coach. I owned a restaurant for 4 years. It was extremely successful. It only had 12 seats. It was called the Little Bistro, and I employed my mom, ran it for me, until the landlord eventually took it back because it was doing so well. It is now, I think, a bookshop. That really didn't work out. But I was very happy because for 4 years, in the 12 seats, we averaged like 8 or 9 people a day. So it wasn't hugely successful or profitable. It wasn't hugely profitable, but it was extremely successful, I feel. I used to trade foreign exchange, and then started teaching people to trade foreign exchange. As everyone does, I became a social media campaigner as well. Speaker, waiter, barman, gardener, fisherman, radio presenter, TV reality show winner. I'm a rhino activist. I jumped out of an airplane naked a couple of years ago. Don't ask me why, but we raised a whole lot of money, which was fantastic. I got into blogging, all kinds of things like that. And I was actually named the Gay Icon of the Year in 2011. Stop it. So what I'm trying to get at is I've done a whole bunch of things, and at the moment my entire life and focus is on Pride Factor. Where am I going to be in 10 years' time? Who knows? but hopefully it's going to stay around here because I love working with the youth, love the motivation, love the inspiration, and I love the share. Stay in touch with me, or let's chat, or whatever it is. It's all about the sharing of ideas and growing us and this town and this city and this country into greater and greater things as we go along, obviously. And yeah, I look forward to engaging with you more and more and more and more. So let's move forward. What I've said so far is that I feel, and again these are my personal thoughts, is that innovation is similar to evolution, and evolution is what we describe at Pride Factor. We look at what's known as the Kaizen principle, which is best illustrated as a cylinder that is constantly growing. It is the constant and continuous expansion and improvement of oneself. Basically, get better at everything every day. Now, it's not quite that easy, I'm sure you will agree with me, but that is the general idea, is that you need to just constantly improve, constantly evolve, and constantly be thinking and looking for inspiration, motivation, and therefore innovation shall lead through that. What it comes down to is what they call a belief cycle. There is a point missing on this, but basically what this represents is if you have a belief, all right, with a belief, what you would normally take is you would take some action from that, all right? So you've got an idea and you take action. You say, yes, I think that's a great idea. I'm going to move forward with it. I'm going to put my resources in, which is point number 3 on this. Your resources are normally time, money, and or effort. All right, so you need to put something into your action, okay? From your resources, you will see results, either positive or negative. Now, this is the big transition here, is if you have a negative result, what do you think that's going to do to your belief cycle? Yeah, it's going to bum you out. You're probably not going to go through the system again, and it's obviously going to take your belief away that your idea wasn't a good idea, all right? On the other hand, what happens if you see a positive result? Are you going to take more action? Yeah, of course. So it reinforces your belief, which in turn makes you take more action, which in turn allows you to apply more resources, gives you greater results, and that is a wonderful little equation until that negative result comes about, all right? So, so on the topic of innovation, something that I'd like to now obviously engage with you guys about, and maybe we've got a t-shirt to give away, I don't know, I'm not too sure, but I would love to know from you guys, and please stand up or shout it out or maybe give it a little bit of thought, is an age-old question of what is the greatest innovation or invention, if you want to classify it as that, of all time? What to you is the greatest innovation or invention of all time? Okay, so we've got one. Do you want to, are you gonna steal my microphone? All right, so give us, and obviously this adapts across many spheres of, I'm just going to find maybe that lady up there in black. There are so many spheres available. So what would be the greatest of them all and why?
Tell us who you are and where you're from, and then the answer.
I'm Cindy, and I'm from Germany, and my answer was the internet.
Okay, the internet. Give a round of applause. Come on, guys. Alright, so before and or after the internet, what else? Who else? Perhaps that guy over there? Going over there? What else we got? What else we got? Let's go through a couple. And think about this as we go through it, guys.
My name is Sindoguta Zoni. I think it's fire. Fire.
Fire.
Yes.
Fire. The greatest invention or innovation of all time. Okay. Who else? What else? What else we got? What else we got? What have you got? Okay, now go for it. Go for it.
Hi everyone, my name is Notsi. I think the greatest invention is the person who invented the meter for electricity.
Now we're thinking outside the box. What else we got?
Hi, my name is Montino. I think the greatest innovation of all time is your mind.
Mind. Okay, there's a slow clap happening somewhere. Let's pick that clap up a little bit. Alright, is it an innovation? Is it an invention? It's up to you. What else we got?
I think the greatest innovation must be the wheel. I think that without the wheel, we probably wouldn't have transportation. Cars, trains, and because cars move on wheels. Well, and engines, of course. But I just think that, I mean, if you think of like back in the day, how they used to move things around. They put them on wheels and like plates and just pull them around.
This young man is trying to say something.
Good day, everyone. I think the greatest innovation is a cell phone. Cell phone? Yeah, we hardly can live without a cell phone.
That one's certainly got the biggest cheer so far. Let me get to this man over here. Let me see what this guy says. He's got his hand up. Hello?
Hi, my name is Sanin. I think the greatest innovation is a watch.
A watch?
A watch.
A watch for time. Let's do 2 or 3 more. What else you guys? Gentlemen up here. What do you have to say?
Hi everyone, my name is Keith and I'm from Cape Town. I think the greatest innovation is education and information systems. Why? Because with education we can read and write, with information systems we can share, and that's when we developed, starting from engineers, doctors, with everything. Everything was made possible.
Hello? Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Hi, my name is Gwane. I'm from Pine Town, and I think the greatest innovation is an airplane. If I can't push myself up, how can you live so many times up? Thank you.
Yes. My name is Manskiz, and I think the greatest of all time is the light.
Hi everyone, my name is Namadi Joya, I'm from Cape Town. I think the greatest innovation is media, because like with videography and all, it's a great way of sharing information. If you miss a moment, you can capture it and look at it back again. You can relearn what you've learned before and re-emphasize information.
Lovely. Thank you. Guys, thank you. Kind of got the answers I was looking for there. Tia, you can keep the t-shirt. Well done. Congratulations. Okay, yeah, so we give answers, we can stand up so we can do, so we can get you on camera. Okay, well, is there a right answer or is there a wrong answer? Is there a right answer? No, there isn't. It obviously comes down to you, but there are different fields that we obviously classify or clarify innovation into, and I think we've used or touched base on all of them there. Some would argue that the wheel is undoubtedly the greatest innovation of all times. It is in your watch, it is in a cell phone, the wheel, the cogs, the things that turn, definitely. Fire, without fire we couldn't cook, we couldn't heat, we couldn't etc, etc. Light bulbs, all of those kind of things are obviously hugely beneficial to this day and age. Aeroplanes, etc. I think it goes a little bit further back than that if you look at the greatest innovation of all times. But what about something like sanitation? Something like, not necessarily antibiotics, but medicine. Where would we be without that kind of thing? Where would we be without, obviously, as the gentleman touched on, education? Information, being able to transfer information from one to the other. The internet is quite possibly the greatest innovation of our time right now. Would you agree with that? I mean, we live in the information age. So the internet at the moment is hugely beneficial. Hands up, who here has access to the internet? Hands up. Everyone, okay? Hands up, who knows who invented the internet? Who invented Facebook? Who invented the internet that hosts Facebook? I have no clue. But it's an interesting conversation. There's a group of, there's an argument between 10 and 11 people. Much like, what is the most sold, that's a good question, what is the most sold product ever in the history of the world? Water? Alcohol? Maybe you guys are there, but you never know. What is the most sold? What have you got? Stand up?
I think it's Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, close. Do you know that, or there's a meme or a saying that Coca-Cola only sold 25 bottles in its first year. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's a cool looking meme, I won't lie. What's the highest selling product of all time ever? Sorry, say that again?
I think it's bread.
Bread. I'm talking about a product. Talking about or not necessarily tangible. Just shout it out. What do you got? The Bible. Very close. Very close, but that wasn't sold. That was actually given away most of the time. Well, it's true. They stand up. The answer to that is actually the Rubik's Cube. Is the highest selling product of all times. The Rubik's Cube. Yeah. The Rubik's Cube? Does everyone know what a Rubik's Cube is? Okay. Highest selling product of all time. Invented in the 1960s and never patented. Yeah, that is a cock up of note. Let's be honest. You fumbled there, buddy. Alright? The second biggest selling item of all time is the iPod. Yeah, how about that? So it comes down to innovation. I think the Bible's right up there as well. So it comes down to different spheres. And I'm going to take you through a couple of people that I know that have come through innovation and have kind of told their stories. And this is kind of how I've broken it up into education, into technology, obviously into the people and innovative people, and then into self-innovation or passion. All right, so meet young Vuyo Jaboda. You possibly would have seen her in my intro video there. This is my little star, my mentee. She lives down in Holland, Holland in Cape Town. She was 17 years old when she came on our first course in 2014. It was called Inspiring Young Minds. It was a whole massive group of 24 people. All right, no one really bought into the concept back then, but she was there. She came on a 2-day workshop with us, and she keeps saying, I got inspired, and I had an idea, and she comes from a rather, I'm not going to get into it, but a little bit of a hectic background, all right? She came through our one course through Pride Factor, and then arrived at the next one, wanting to learn more, because it was a free one, let's be honest, all right? And then the third one, she volunteered. And then the fourth one, she actually offered her services under the name Perez Empire. So I get this email, hi Dean, Vuyo Jaboda here, CEO of Perez Empire. I recognize that name, it's hectic. Yes, I attended your one workshop and I'd like to offer my services for the next upcoming event. So please see above, or please see attached my company profile. So what? What is this? Okay, anyway. She has gone on in 2 years to create herself as an entrepreneur, as a fashion blogger, all right, as an MC, and the owner of what's called Perez Empire that does lighting, decor, and sounding for various events. So we now employ her to host all of, sorry guys, I'm gonna come take your job from me. We employ her to look after all of our Pride Factor events down in Cape Town. She also now runs a platform called Mr. and Mrs. Heidelberg, okay, please. Entry forms available with me if you'd like to, all right? But she has taken things to the absolute next level and she's now just been accepted at UCT. This is a young innovator and she is going to do things and take the world by storm. Remember that name, remember that face, because you're going to see it somewhere. I can basically guarantee you. All right, so looking more into people, A friend of mine called Michael Schlierbach, he is a phenomenal big wave surfer. He came from the architectural world. He worked a lot with hands when we were growing up. Just made things with wood, always making funny things and skateboards and little people out of wood and all of this. Then went on to start a little company and then started another one and then started another one and then saw a major need and requirement to work towards the elimination of pollution, and more in particular plastic pollution that goes into our oceans. He started working with a couple of designers, a couple of innovators, and has now started a company. I say now, it was probably about 3-4 years ago, started a company called Sealand Gear that takes old sailing yacht, what are they called? Sails, thank you. Takes recycled plastic that they find on the beach, takes seaweed, takes all that kind of stuff, and makes phenomenal products out of it. And has just won a whole bunch of awards in, not in Tokyo, in Hong Kong. That is an innovator, all right? He's taken something, especially that is something that is wasted, that is everywhere available, freely available, all right? And he's turned it into something. Like him or not, Christo Wiese, I dated his daughter for a while. We are still on talking terms, but could have been the heir to quite an empire. Christo Wiese is, or at that time was the 5th richest man in the country. He is now the richest man in the country, with something like 11 billion rands or something. He's gone through a lot of bad PR and been caught at various situations with all kinds of things. But he found a gap in the market. He now owns most of ShopRite, most of Checkers, Pep Stores, Mango Airlines, and CompuTicket. All of them, if you think about it, are all affordable food, affordable clothing, affordable transport, affordable tickets, ease, affordability, and mass marketed. All right, it's not the Woolworths side of things or the SAA, or I'm not trying to just slag off names here, I'm just, well, they come along. But that's what he did. He found the niche. He's an innovator because he found that gap in the market and decided to make it available, make it easy, and make it affordable for the everyday South African to have access to it. Another young man, Tabanka Kana, he's come through 1 or 2 of our programs as well, and he has now just started a company called Azar Technology. He's just got a whole bunch of funding from Shark Tank, or Shark Den, whichever one we have down here. Which one is it? Shark Tank. Shark Tank, yeah. And he has developed, much like those scan payment systems where you use your phone, okay? He's got one where you use your fingerprint, all right? It is phenomenal. Now, they are obviously racing against technology because other people are developing this, but it is like that. You see the bowl, you see the cappuccino, the muffin that you want, you go over there, you see that's 48 rand, you put your finger down, and you are done. That's impressive stuff, okay? Unless someone wants to rob you and take your fingers. It could be a little bit daunting. So another friend of mine, just have a look at this, I think it's about 45 seconds.
Every day when the sun sets around the world, 2 billion people are forced to live in complete darkness. 2 million people are severely disfigured or burnt to death from paraffin lanterns. And 25% of their daily income is spent for just 1 hour of light at night. That equates to 380 billion rand spent annually powering these inefficient and dangerous lights. This is the Lighty. The Lighty is a patent-pending test tube-shaped solar-powered light bulb. You place this in the sun for 5 to 8 hours and it yields 40 hours of bright visible light. In order to use the Lighty, you can use any soda bottle found worldwide, and the Lighty borrows the structure of the soda bottle, creating a lantern that can stand up next to your bed and provide light for your child or for any task that you may need.
Pretty impressive stuff. Pretty impressive stuff. I won't lie. All right.
Customers browse machines, venues, products, growth, end users, gizmos, technology, social media presence, share, design, believe, celebrate, change. In this information, wake up, consume, and sleep, right? Wrong. We are people who understand people. A real return on investment for you, the brand, and the people that engage with it. The brand rocket. Let's slow it down a bit and walk you through it. Create a hashtag, design your own tagline, and allow people to take away a branded souvenir of their experience, an experience that you can uniquely shape. Getting people to actively engage with your social media through tailor-made uploading and printing of pictures gives your brand the opportunity to share the special moment with them in the form of a brand rocket Polaroid.
Again, pretty cool, not so? So what that is, and that's a good friend of mine, Stu Shapiro. He was a photographer, used to take photographs all the time. And then saw that everyone was taking photographs of themselves, obviously kind of putting him out of business. It didn't work for him very well. Then he set up a photo booth, and obviously people noticed that they had to walk into a booth, get the photograph taken with whatever backdrop that they had, and then leave the booth. And yet still, people take photographs of themselves at events. So for a brand to win, they would need to go online and post it online, and then the brand would need to find it. So they came up with an idea where you take a photograph, you upload it onto Facebook or Instagram or Twitter with a certain hashtag, and it just comes printing out of a machine that is there. That's pretty innovative stuff, if you ask me, all right? And then obviously, I mean, there's various other things that we could do. I could talk about a shameless self-plug, but I'm actually going to leave that one out. It's just our events have grown majorly, and I wanted to show that and kind of boast a little bit, but I'm going to leave that one out, I think. Then this is a young man, I'm going to show you the beginning of it, but it's something that might inspire you. It's a guy that I met in Kenya earlier this year when we were hosting an event. He calls himself DJ Focus. I'm going to let him tell his little story. I'll play it for you for about 2 minutes and then I'll cut it off. But otherwise, if you do go onto YouTube, go and check this guy out. Kelvin Doe, DJ Focus. He's incredible.
My name is Kelvin Doe, aka DJ Focus. Alright. It's the youngest DJ Man Focus. I'm from Sierra Leone, and I love inventing.
Kelvin is extraordinarily talented. He literally goes to trash cans, finds broken electronic parts in the garbage, and makes stuff on his own.
He's taught himself how to do incredibly intricate things with very, very little resources.
In Sierra Leone, we have not too much electricity. I like to come once in a week, and the rest of the month dark. So I made my own battery to power lights in people's houses.
Kelvin represents learn by making. He takes a part, looks at it, tries to reverse engineer it.
I made my own FM radio transmitter.
He made his own FM station because he wanted to give voice to the youth. He made his own generator because he needed it.
The generator supplies current to the radio station. This is the capacitor, and this is the spark plug.
The street is his first time leaving his family's home. It's his first time leaving Sierra Leone, and it's tough, but it's an opportunity to create the future that he wants to live in.
As I said, it goes on and on and on, but wait, let me finish this part.
My name is David Moyni Nasenge. I'm from Sierra Leone. I'm a PhD student at the MIT Media Lab, where we have unlimited creative freedom. I wanted to ensure that young people like Kelvin also have this experience.
David has written visa letters, found places for Kelvin to stay. He's really got invested in him.
For quite many years, Sierra Leone and many other African countries receive aid, but it does not necessarily get us anywhere. We are not looking into the future. We are not designing our own future. Unless we have a host of young people who can think at any given point that here's a challenge, that here's a problem, but it's an opportunity to solve it, there won't be a steep growth in national development.
If we have a radio station in my community, the people can be able to debate about issues affecting our community and Sierra Leone as a whole.
I first met Kelvin at the Summer Innovation Camp that I run in Sierra Leone, that challenge.
Can I pause it there, guys? It goes on for a while, but as I say, if you want to have a look at that, go and have a look at this young guy. As I say, I had a very fortunate opportunity of actually meeting with him in Kenya. And I mean, he's a little bit older than this now, but I mean, still, 15 years old, doing that kind of stuff. And yet again, making it out of trash or making it out of free products. I really feel that that is where innovation is going at the moment. If I may just drop all of this and get onto a personal side of things, is making something out of sustainability. All right, making something out of the, and you need to try. Secondly, you need to understand that you've got to fail. You have to fail again and again and again and again. It is not that easy to do anything in the entrepreneurial nature, and certainly not the innovative idea. If you have an idea, it may need to evolve, adapt, transform, as I say, and be innovative, but it will need to go through testing. It will need to have that failure sense behind it. But at the end of the day, all of these people, and aside from two of them, Kelvin and our last man now, all of them are South African. All right? All of those people share one thing, and that is that they've got this passion. All right? They've got this absolute want and requirement as a human being to do it. And as someone brought up earlier on when I said, what is the greatest innovation of all time? Someone said the human mind. This is what I feel innovation is. It is having that want and that desire and that burning feeling in you to want to improve something. And this is where entrepreneurs come from. Obviously, what they say that an entrepreneur would rather work 100 hours a week for something that they are passionate about than 40 hours a week for something that someone else is passionate about. All right? We take that risk. We try. We bleed and cry ourselves to sleep sometimes because we're always thinking we made the wrong decisions. But that is what it is. It is finding that passion, and it is by being in this room today and taking part of the SHAPE program. That right there is actually innovation. It's by being around like-minded people and just following what makes your heart sing and makes that desire. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it is obviously up to you. You know, I mean, what is it that you find is innovative? What is it that is out there that is going to change the world? What is the next thing that is going to better the world? Because, I mean, God only knows we're leaving behind a bit of a mess for future generations. And by future generations, talking to you, talking to me, talking to us. So we've got to innovate. We actually have no choice but to improve our current circumstances. And as I said, it comes through a couple of different things, and it comes through some decisions that I think, you know, we need to, obviously some tips and pointers that I feel that I could offer. But what innovation could possibly change the world? Does anyone have any ideas or anything like that? I know ideas are currency, and I'm happy to sign any NDA that you've got. But what innovation could possibly change the world? Maybe this is the one where the t-shirt comes about. So, education. Education. Short, sweet, straight to the point. Does anyone agree with them? Say aye. Aye. Okay, so not too many of you agree with them. Anyone agree with them? Say aye. Aye. Still not too many of you. Okay. Anyone else? Got anything? Young lady, you can just stand up and shout it out. Let's get informal. Technology. Okay, so we've been very broad in that one also. Yes, of course, technology certainly can. What have you got? Waste management. Waste management. Are we liking that? Yeah? Yeah? So? Solar energy. Solar energy. Okay, so Pietermaritzburg is doing wonders for you. That's a private joke, terrible. Who else has got anything? Who else has got anything? Anyone else? Anyone else? Sir? Access to sustainable energy. Yeah? Is everyone in agreement with that? It's kind of what the world's needing, sir. Sanitation of sea. Salination of seawater. Okay. Water is a big crisis, is it not? Yeah. Especially in Cape Town. Telling you what. Sure. And in Johannesburg, actually. It's unbelievable how much that vast area changes. I'm new to Joburg. I've been there like 10 months. But it goes to this dark brown during winter. It's horrible. What have you got, sir? Medicine. Okay. Anyone else? I think we're on the right path there. It is all the things, okay? And it is, lady at the back, you got one more?
I think she must start afresh.
This is good. This is good.
Could you please start afresh, please?
Give her the microphone. Let's start this one again. It is Women's Month. I think this could be a good topic of discussion.
Okay, so I was saying that every day we wake up and there's things that actually bother us and we notice them, but we just don't think about changing them. And as a female, it's the boning in our bras. When you have an old bra, you've worn it for a few months, sometimes the boning in it actually comes out and it hurts you throughout the day. And well, like, you want to
I hate it.
Yeah, so it's things like that where you think of a way of keeping it in. No matter how good your bra is, it just happens. So they do sell boneless bras, but you actually need the boning. So these are all things that's what innovation is to me. Like, that's what I'm passionate about changing your daily life and improving upon that.
Give her a round of applause, please. I can see Dr. Tia here just nodding her head at that, and I'm going to get to you in 1 second. Is that not what it is? We talk education, broad. We talk information, broad. We talk technology, we talk medicine, we talk desensitization, we talk about all these different things. But is it not just seeing a problem that constantly annoys you? Or that you think, you know, I can better that? Like our friend Stu Shapiro with Brand Rocket. Hashtag photographs. I mean, come on, who would have thought of that? But it annoyed him. The boneless bra annoys you. I look forward to seeing it all over the TV and all of the shopping malls soon. The boneless bra brought to you by... So, what have you got? Yeah.
I think the greatest one would be finding the cure for HIV and AIDS. Would be the greatest.
Finding the cure for HIV and AIDS, yes. However, there are... Yeah, I mean, everything's gone up and down. Everything's got a yin and a yang. Guys, just hold down for a sec. Everything's got a yin and a yang. Everything's got an up and a down, a positive and a negative, and it's obviously what makes everything work at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, you need to find a problem, and you need to find a way to solve it. And I think that right there is innovation. If you can find a problem, and it might be in anything. It might be in the fact that this overhead projector, well, it's got no head, so we need to build a head for it. But it might be just something very, very small that you are improving, as I said at the beginning of all of this, that is evolving, and that is obviously being innovative. So, that's not what I want to do at all. So I just put down some of the points that, some of the things that I think that I've learned through my journey is obviously, you're constantly looking for opportunities. You're seeking out problems more than opportunities. Because at the end of the day, every time you get something new, there's a great book, and I apologize for swearing in advance, but there's a great book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And it is absolutely brilliant. It starts off by saying, don't try. And you kind of go, what? And I must say, I did this lazy, so I did this by audiobook. And he's like, hi, welcome to this book, da 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 da. So I'm going to start off with 2 words, and it goes, don't try. You're like, what? I bought the wrong book. I don't like this guy at all. And he goes into explain about how it should come naturally, and the things that kind of come into you as a sense of your well-being, and how when people solve problems, all it does is create new problems. It really does. That's why innovation and evolution, all these things, will never die. It will constantly be needed. All right? It's like, I mean, you sit there now going like, oh, I wish I had a car. I wish I had a nice car. I wish I had a Land Rover. That's a car that I want. And you say, well, yes, amen. I want that Land Rover. I'm also waiting for one. And you want it, and you want it, and you want it, and you want it, and you work hard, and eventually you get it, and then what happens? You're going to pay 20,000 Rand for a wheel, your petrol goes through the absolute roof, the car insurance, insuring other people, if you, heaven forbid, you're given a crack, it creates more problems. You want the big house, you need an extra person to help you clean it. Have you ever had a house with a swimming pool? It's wonderful. It's also a nightmare. A house with a jacuzzi, amazing. Absolute nightmare. Okay, I can say this, I'm moving houses this weekend. It's been a nightmare, but I'm dying to get into this new house. So as soon as you solve a problem, all it's going to do is create more problems. And that's a good thing. This is the way the world turns and the way the world spins around. So at the end of the day, I feel that it comes down to you, all right? And each of us working together, sticking around, as I say up there, like-minded people, as we are right here, as we are under the SHAPE umbrella, Pride Factor umbrella, lovely partnerships, working with everyone. I'm getting to come down to sunny KZN every now and then. It's fantastic. I love it. I'm going to go for a surf after this if the sun hasn't set already. That's the one thing about KZN not get used to. But it's about forming these partnerships and finding these collaborations, identifying problems and working towards them, and understanding that it has to evolve. Things have to change. When we started Pride Factor, which is now an online membership program, it went from that. Before that was TV. Before that was radio. And before that, we started off by running an event for 24 people. The events turned into media, which turned into television, which is why we got our show on Expresso. And everything started going wonderfully there. Then it went into radio, and we were doing a whole bunch of stuff with 5FM, and it was all exciting. This was the new platform, and that's where Pride Factor is. Online, on the radio, every Monday Motivation with DJ Fresh and Pride Factor. Awesome, so much fun. Then from that, we realized that everyone wanted more engagement, and it needed to be online. When we started this 4 years ago, I would never in my wildest dreams have thought that we would be online. And that's where we are. Where are we going next? I have no idea. But I'm very excited to find out. I really am, and I hope you guys are excited about your journey. And I think at the end of it all, there's a great video that I'm going to kind of tape off this conversation with before we have possibly a little bit of Q&A, is that there's no greater feeling in this world than 2 feelings that I find. One is someone saying that they are proud of you, hence my company name Pride Factor, and clearly quite dedicated to the cause, all right? There's a wonderful feeling about being proud of yourself and taking that stand and being an entrepreneur and trying something different. There's also no better feeling than doing something that people say that you can't. And I don't know if it's a revenge side of things or whatever it is. I know I run my business for 3 very easy reasons. One, I love engaging with the youth. I really do. And it came back to a culmination of my life that when I was surf coaching and coaching kids how to surf, that I found that I don't know, it's like I never really grew up. I just enjoyed hanging out with them more often. Not in a freaky way. You know what I mean? But it's just, it's what I really enjoyed. 2 was the presenting side of things, all right? And it just ended up growing into Pride Factor. The second reason that I do it is that I know there's a financial benefit to it. I am not running an NPO or an NGO. There's nothing wrong with it, but we are entrepreneurs inspiring, guiding, and mentoring entrepreneurs. And I would like to be rewarded for my time. Because if I am rewarded for my time, my effort, do you think that motivates me more, yes or no? Yes. Very much so. All right? I've also struggled. but it motivates me because I know I'm going to earn more money from it. And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people out there that run NPOs and NGOs, and again, I'm talking very broadly, they train young entrepreneurs, but they don't get benefited well. They only get accredited every now and again. And you can see they lose their passion. They lose their interest. So if you find something that obviously delivers and rewards you for it, that is the second reason. So one is the love for it. Second reason is the reward for it. And the third reason, quite honestly, I've got a lot of people that I want to say, you told me I couldn't and I did. You said no and I said I'm going to try. You said, lovely idea, maybe next time we'll talk to you. I kind of want to rub noses in it. I know you can relate. Don't be overly polite. I know you can relate to that. It's not a revenge side of things. It's just a little bit of, you said I couldn't and I have. And I am proud of me. So in this last little video that I'd like to play for you now, my friend Casey, who I also had the privilege of meeting, explains it very well in a video that is called Do What You Can't.
To the haters, the doubters, my 7th grade vice principal, to everyone who's ever told anyone with a dream they can't, this video's for you. Keep your head down, follow the rules, do as you're told, play it safe, wait your turn, ask permission, learn to compromise. This is terrible advice. If I were to write an autobiography, a book about my life, one title that would work would be Do What You Can't. Because that idea encapsulates everything I've ever done. Like when I wanted to move to New York City and my dad was like, you can't, you don't have any money. Or when I first said I wanted to make movies and it was, you can't, you didn't go to film school. I want to have a TV show, you can't, Casey, you're not pretty enough. And to go even further, like if I were to characterize what this new generation of content creators and filmmakers, what we all do on YouTube and everywhere else is, we do what we can't. You can't be an action movie filmmaker, but you get your parkour friends to dress up like video game characters, jump off some buildings, and you can. Right, Devin? Yes. You can't have a talk show, but you have a webcam and you can. Beautiful bastard. What?
This is my first YouTube video ever.
Next thing you know, you're interviewing the president.
I heard that you're going to be out of a job soon.
Maybe I'll start a YouTube show.
That's what I'm thinking.
You can't fly around New York City on a magic carpet, but get your electric skateboard, some PVC pipe, great outfit, give Jesse a call, and you can. What do you think?
Oh, this seems so dope.
You don't need gear, you don't need trucks or a crane, you don't need some big expensive camera rig that never works. When you're a creator, you don't need someone in your ear telling you what you can and can't do.
I'm right in the subway!
What you can and can't say.
I accidentally did the shocker. Oh my god.
They call us gamers, influencers, internet famous.
What the fuck does that mean?
But we know something they don't. You can start a vlog or a makeup channel. We're traveling around the world with a gigantic piano playing in beautiful places for interested people. When you're a creator, all you need is your phone, an internet connection, and a good idea. A story you want to share, something you need to say.
Confidence is within yourself.
And then the rest is history. If you do it right, you get to quit the day job, make friends from places you've never been, meetups, collaborations.
It's just 2 boys and 2 video cameras.
A life moving so fast and so full, you won't even have time to process it. So to my fellow creators, I say, keep creating, keep doing the work. And never forget, you don't have to listen to anyone, because in this new world, no one knows anything.
Hi, haters.
The haters, the doubters are all drinking champagne on the top deck of the Titanic, and we are the fucking iceberg. Do what you can't.
Good on you, Casey. Good on you, Casey. Yeah, again, the guy that I had the privilege of meeting a couple of years ago. So that's kind of what I wanted to end off on, guys, is that what is the bigger picture? What is innovation? It's you. It is us. It is finding that need and following it. It is finding that inspiration. It is finding those problems and those solutions and understanding that you can do whatever it is that you want to. You have one life. All right? I don't care what race, religion, creed, sex, anything you are. You apparently, according to all that we know, only live once. So why are you not running towards your wildest dreams like a person on fire? Do what you can't. Don't be afraid to fail. And try your hand at anything and everything. And that right there, that I feel is true innovation. Thank you.
Well, I think we can really give Mr. Dean Botha a warmer hand. Now, as we say, this week is Student Entrepreneurship Week. It is not something that's happening only at UKZN. It's happening throughout the country, all provinces, all universities throughout the country. So at our university, at our institute, we've got something cool happening absolutely every day. Yesterday we had a nice opening at the Comsa Lounge. Today we've got Shape. Tomorrow, amazing things are happening at Howard Campus. Who of you are from Howard Campus? And you guys come here. Oh, no-nos. Thank you so much. I actually would, if we could swap the laptops perhaps. Rowan, where are you? When tomorrow at Howard Campus?
Student Union Building.
At Student Union Building from about 9:30. There's a whole lot of amazing things happening. Who here is from UKZN Incubate? All right, they will be there. There's some pitches that you guys can participate in. It's called the elevator pitch. If you guys got an amazing business idea, the whole thing behind that is you are going to pitch your business idea in the same time that it will take you of riding an elevator. So if you need to give that one-liner business pitch quickly to an investor, how it's going to happen. Day thereafter, it's happening all in Pietermaritzburg. Who of you guys are from PNB? Can anybody from Westville just buy these guys from Pietermaritzburg pizza at the CAF? They travel all the way here. Give them a big hand. And then, guys, just please don't go. Let's just finish off first. Love you. Come back next week. Remember to like the Facebook page. Get a t-shirt. I've heard about these people that's making jam. And to me, I like jam. It's like a nice sweet thing. And then they called me, but they know they don't make those jam. They actually make money for jam. And they're here today, and I want to give them a big hand. They're playing a huge role in Student Entrepreneurship Week. Give them a hand and let's tell us quickly what Money for Jam is all about.
Thank you very much. My name is Denzel. I'm from a company called Money for Jam. This is a bit lastminute.com, so we don't have slides and presentation or anything fancy. But I would just like for you guys to just keep this application in mind when you're using your smartphones. So this application basically, if you've got a smartphone, Android phone, if you've got App Store on your phone, you just need to go to the App Store and download the application. It's called Money for Jam, M4Jam, right, on the platform. This platform will allow you to make money while not working for a company. So by having this application, you'll have access to the jobs that the company has on offer. You'll be able to go and you'll be able to earn money by doing micro jobs, small jobs that pay small money but added up at the end of the day could be huge amounts. The application has just 4 features. You can earn money and you can make money, or you can learn and earn money through small causes. This is in fact Money for Jam. Okay? Are you registered?
I desperately want to make money at Money for Jam.
Okay, so I'm going to quickly show you how to register for the application. But can can I have a volunteer to maybe come up front? We'll use the laptop up here, in the bottom here, and we'll register for it. Unfortunately, so you can come. So all you've got to do is you've got to go to, just go Google Money for Jam, click on the link, and it'll take you to this page. Then you'll click on sign up. Okay, so this is the registration process. Now this is through the internet, so what you can also do is you can also go to Play Store and just download the application. When you download the application, it becomes a feature on your phone, and you just click on that every time that you want to use this application. So you'll put in your cell phone number, all the ladies. Okay, so then he's going to put his name and surname, so you're getting all his information today. Facebook. So you're going to say, I accept terms and conditions. You don't have to put promo code, and you can submit. So you just put in your basic information and you submit. Then it's going to take you to the next page. It's going to ask you for your cell phone number again, and it's going to ask you for more details. Okay, so sorry, at this stage, what's going to happen is that you're going to receive a link on your phone. Once you receive that link on your phone, you follow the link. It's going to take you to the website where they're going to ask you for more details. You put in your details, and you're going to have access to the website. On this website, there's three things that you can do to earn money. You can earn money by doing micro jobs, whereby you don't have to work for Money for Jam to earn money. Just an example of one of the jobs we did last week. So we did a survey for the freshness of Sasco bread. A job like that takes you 2 minutes to complete will pay 50 Rand. If you do 20 jobs in a day, that's 1,000 Rand that you can earn a day, but not even working for Money for Jam. Okay? The second way you'll earn money is by learning. So the company is very passionate about empowering the nation, and we continuously try to put up courses together on the platform where you'll be able to go and learn on customer service, on sales cycles, on processes and business procedures, and you'll be able to learn on those things, and you'll be able to earn money by just learning on how to follow simple processes, or just learning simple courses. And then you can also, there's also another feature called Sell. You'll be able to sell the product for a profit. Okay? All the money that you make from those three features, earning, learning, and selling, will go onto your spend, which is your wallet on the platform. That wallet, you'll be able to title to see how your money grows. You'll have a statement of how you earn money from those different features, and you'll be able to withdraw that money into your bank accounts. There's also other features on the spend where you can buy data, you can buy airtime, you can buy holidays. Sooner or later, we're going to add other things, such as you're going to use the money to buy flights, you're going to use the money to book a holiday or buy a food voucher, or you can even use it as a donation to another organization or a non-charitable organization at a later stage. Okay? So, thank you for your time, and good luck. Let's earn some money.
This is absolutely incredible. Can I get everybody here? Register on Money for Jam. You can earn right now an income on your phone with the skills that you have. Money for Jam is literally taking what you've got and earning you money. You can be at the university and an entrepreneur. You can use this money to get that funding that you're always looking for your business. This is an incredible innovation from right here in Durban. We're so proud of you. Give him a warm hand. Fantastic. We're really fascinated by your invention, and I think you are going to take people to places, and you, my friend, you're flying high. Well done. So tomorrow, if you're in Harvard campus, please make a turn there. The same competition is running. Visit our Facebook page. So now we spoke about this week on the bigger picture and innovation. Next week, we're bringing things a bit closer to home. We are going to look at the different industries and economic sectors in South Africa. Do we even know what business industries and sectors are in South Africa? And what opportunities are there for us as young business people within these industries? before I hand the microphone to our wonderful Simo, there was a lady that sent me an email. She said she's attending our Shape course, she's got a business, it's a health and beauty business, and she wanted to say something about her business. Are you here? Is the lady here?
I am here, but I wanted to say something about my business.
I'm giving you the opportunity because since we're on innovation and business, I did read your email, I didn't reply, but please tell us about what you can do. Sorry for putting you on the spot, but this is your moment.
Hi everyone, my name is Namonde Joya once again. I have a business of selling health products and makeup products. I also do makeup for graduation and special occasions. I do have an Instagram page where I do live makeup tutorial videos, so I'm teaching how to do your brows yourself, how to get your makeup on fleek yourself. And my Instagram handle is @VuvuOne, so it's @VUVONE. And there's many more coming with regards to my brand. I do sell fur coats as well. I sell Michael Kors watches, they are original. Yeah, thanks.
So is there any more people that got businesses? Let us know. We can give you an opportunity next week. You can say something about your business. We can keep people engaged and share our business ideas and passions with one another. Yeah. Shape got an Instagram page as well, but I'm going to leave it at that. There's a few people that I really want to stand up. The gentleman here with the aeroplane earphones and the amazing blue shirt and the fantastic camera, can you please just stand up? Mr. Mohammed, can you please stand up? Mr. Tintin, please stand up. Wade, move forward. Tawu, Rowan, please come closer. Fazile, John, yes. Sakile, where are you? My darling PhD student, fantastic. All of you, please come here. Are you able to move away from your camera? Can you hold his camera? Because I need him right here. Guys, I want you all to come and stand here. Come and stand here with me. Who am I leaving out? Who's part of our team? Jess, put the camera down, give it to Dean. Please snap. Wade, immediately. Sakile, camera down, right here. Can somebody else take photos? Give this incredible people, give this incredible team a huge hand. Simo, up, 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 up. All of them are here today to make this possible for you. It couldn't be possible without any of you guys. You guys are rock stars. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mr. Nzama, I think it's that time of the day.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. We love you so much. And Mr. Botha, he said, let's go out there and do what they are saying we can't. Let's go out there and innovate things in the name of Shape. Could you please give a Shape a big round of applause, please? Please make some noise for Shape. I think we are graduating. Right, good people. Go out there and make a difference. We love you so much. Next week, next time, be here. Tell your friends about Shape. Comment, say something on the Shape. We are giving out so many t-shirts and stuff like that. We love you so much. Without you, we are nothing. Salutes.